Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this day. It is, of course, St. Patrick's Day, which is why I'm wearing a green tie. And why am I not standing up? Because I'd be in front of the green screen and my tie would disappear. So it's as simple as that. On our show today, we are going to bring you a segment from Harvard Eye Associates. Also, Laguna Beach Animal Services. They provide animal services for this area. And we're going to talk to their animal services officer. And he tells us about the coyote situation, which we're ramping up for, as we always do in the springtime. And then the foundation from Laguna Woods Village, they do a lot of great work, and also from LA Carpet. Now, I just want to remind you a couple things that there are no meetings scheduled at this point until canceled up until Friday, March 27th. So I want to let you know on that. So we're not going to be telling you about any of them, and we'll see what happens after that. Also, a couple other things I want to tell you about. We'll tell you about the movies later, but later on this morning, we're going to bring you a live announcement with CEO Jeff Parker, and I believe that's going to be happening just a little after 11 o'clock or so, and then we'll be replaying that later in the day. So we'll tell you more about that later. And also, tomorrow we're going to be doing some segments with with the board presidents, and then we'll be presenting those to you as well, statements that they're going to be making. That is not till tomorrow. We're going to tape those, and then we'll bring those to you. All right, we're going to take a break here, and then bring you Harvard Eye Associates. Hey Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Hearing aids require a lot of attention. Don't underestimate the problems earwax can cause. Come in and see inside your own ear canals to find out how much blockage you have. Debris like earwax can cause up to 45% reduction in amplification. Your hearing aids may be able to be significantly improved to help you hear conversations clearly with a simple office visit. Every day, patients say, "Oh my gosh, that sounds so much better." Stop in or call us today for a complimentary cleaning and ear inspection. Tell them Stuart sent you.
At LA Carpet and More, you'll find the largest selection, all at the lowest prices, every day. Now choose from dozens of top carpet and tile brands at 50% off. Or choose from our versatile waterproof wood and laminate flooring, an incredible value at 50% off. Or a complete kitchen and bath remodel in a variety of styles is now 50% off. Plus, get 5 years 0% financing. Refresh your home for less from the #1 choice, LA Carpet and More.
LA Carpet, #1 for you.
Welcome back. Well, with me right now is Ray Sadian, and Ray is the regional manager for LA Carpet. Nice to have you here today.
Thank you, Ken.
Yeah,
it's nice to be here.
It is wonderful. I know LA Carpet, they have places all over Southern California, and you offer a lot more than just what's in your name, than just carpeting, right?
Exactly. One of the neat benefits of our company is we do full remodels. We do not only carpeting, but we do wood, vinyl, tile, carpet. We also do kitchen countertops, quartz countertops, and also remodel bathrooms and showers as well.
So that's really nice, because whenever somebody is doing a project like that, to have one phone call to make, get one company to come in and redo it all for you is really a huge benefit.
It is, and we try and make it simple for everyone. We like to say we're a one-stop shop. We do offer a big variety of materials and projects that we can handle for all of our clients.
Yeah, very nice. Now, of course, you know, the process, I think one of the hardest part of the process is people finding out all the different products you have and so many different varieties, but that's where your sales stuff comes in, right?
Yes, we again offer a lot of samples and varieties of materials. Like I mentioned earlier, not only do we do carpeting, we do wood, vinyl, carpet, tile, stone, kitchen remodels, countertops, and showers. So.
Yeah. And I think, as I said, that's one of the hardest things because there's so many beautiful types of flooring out there. And of course, when it comes to the kitchen and bath, the fixtures, the cabinetry, countertops, there's a lot of great choices out there. And over the years, they've just gotten better and more durable, right?
Definitely. And when you guys place the call in, what we do is we go ahead and make an appointment with you through one of our team members. And one of our consultants will come to your home. And based on your wants and your needs, whether it's kitchen remodel, whether it's shower or flooring, we'll go ahead and bring those samples over for you, make it easy for you. We'll take that time out and spend that time with you, go over the pros and cons, and give you a professional opinion on what you need based on the colors and the products that you're looking to do.
Yeah, and I think that's important because when you have someone come to your home, they can really get a feel of what you're looking for. And yes, people can go in to your showrooms and look at things, but to have someone come out, they can really visualize the project.
Exactly, and that's what separates us from a lot of other people. Not only do we do a shop at home to make it convenient for our clients to spend that time in their home, but you can also visit one of our showrooms. We have showrooms throughout Southern California that you can call and visit to come actually in and see the products, select what you like, and we still bring the samples over so you can see it in the lighting of your home and take the time measure and go over what your wants and your needs are.
Yeah, it's kind of fun to go and look at all that stuff. Now, let's get back to flooring for a moment because there's been a lot of advancements in flooring, and one of the concerns that people might have is if they have pets and want a product that is durable, and if there's going to be the pets around on it and any accidents might happen with the pets, they want something that's easy to maintain and easy to clean.
There are a lot of products out nowadays with luxury vinyl planks that are 100% waterproof. We have them in a variety of colors. We have them in the tile look. We have them in the wood plank look. We also have pet-friendly carpeting as well that come with good warranties in reference to pet-proof carpeting.
Yeah, that's good to know because a lot of people, they may want flooring in certain areas, but they still like carpet in the main areas.
Exactly.
How long does it take to install? Let's just talk about the flooring products, whether it's a carpet or a floor. I know, obviously, with kitchens and things like that, it's going to take a little longer.
Of course, depending on the size of your project, whether small or big, we will still come out and get you taken care of. Like I mentioned earlier, we do offer the free estimate. And what we do is when we come over, depending on the size of your project, whether it's one room or you're doing multiple projects, it can take from 2 days to longer depending on the sizes of your room and the size of the project.
Now, a concern that people have, they get a lot of furniture, and whether it's flooring or whether it's remodeling the kitchen or things like that, you know, what to do with that.
Again, that's another very good question that people usually have. And one of the biggest benefits that we offer, we try and make it convenient and easy for people. So we do offer free removal of furniture and placing it back for our clients.
Okay, does that mean you just remove it to another room or you remove it completely?
It just depends, again, which project we're doing, but normally we just move it room by room so we can get in, remove the flooring, and install the new product depending on what you selected, whether it's carpet, wood, laminates, etc.
Yeah, but that's a huge benefit because to try and do that on your own can be quite a big task, especially for a lot of people. Now, as far as the financing that you have, I understand you have a really great special. You have 5 years right now with 0% financing.
Yes, right now we're offering a 50% off sale, which is one of the bigger sales that we're offering. And one of the things that separates us from a lot of other competitors is that we're offering a 5 years, 0 interest, 0 financial promotion.
Okay, really good deal.
Yes, sir.
You've been in business for what, 32 years, something like that?
Yes, we've been in business for 32 years.
Wow.
And as I mentioned earlier, we have showrooms throughout Southern California. And we have over 300,000 very satisfied
Wow.
customers as well.
Okay, again, I just like the fact that if you got a project going on, you can call one number and get it all taken care of, and whether or not you want to go down to the showroom where people come out there, and kitchens and bathrooms and carpeting, flooring, whatever you need, you guys can help out on.
Exactly, and like I said, when you place the call in, our team members will make it very easy and convenient for you. Take your information, and our team staff will come over, spend that time with you, go over what you want and the color selection, and help you design your home, and we can get you taken care of.
Now, one question I wanted to ask, is there a certain lead time? In other words, you pick a flooring that may have to be ordered, or do you have a lot of this stuff in stock?
We can normally do projects right away depending on the
Okay.
availability of the product. Sometimes we can do it within 2 days, and sometimes if we have to order it, it could take a little bit longer depending on what your projects and wants and needs are.
All right, fantastic. I think you guys obviously have been around for 32 years. You do a great service, great products, and you can find out more at lacarpet.com, very easy. And get a hold of someone if you got a project going on that you want to find out about. Their showrooms are all over, so if you want to go into one of those and take a look around, if you have that time to do, I think it's kind of fun to do that. And then it's always good to have a person come out to your home that can really visualize the project, figure out exactly what you need, and they bring samples. And I think one of the nicest things about samples, you may go to a showroom and look at a color, think like, this is really nice, I really like this, and you get it in your home, kind of lay it down on the floor, and you look at it kind of a different way depending on your furnishings and the light coming in and all. So it's great to have someone come into your home and do that.
Exactly. When we bring it to your home, we want to make sure that you can see the colors of the carpeting or the flooring or the cabinets or the tile
Yeah.
and the lighting of your home and the lighting of your kitchen and the lighting of your bathroom, so you can really see and visualize it with the paints you have, with the
Yeah.
furnitures that you have, etc.
Yeah, that can really change your mind. All right, Ray, thank you very much for coming on. I really appreciate it. And again, folks, if you want any more information, lacarpet.com is the website. We'll be right back.
There are many treasures within the walls of Laguna Woods Village. The foundation of Laguna Woods Village is one of them. Nowhere in the nation has a community embraced a commitment to assist its own residents with temporary emergency support. Since 1997, the foundation makes that support available through donations by individuals, clubs, organizations, and bequests. Help the foundation to help the real treasures within the village, our friends and neighbors.
Now there's a different way to buy a new Lexus. It's called CarDash, only available at southcountylexus.com. It's amazingly simple. Visit southcountylexus.com, select and reserve your new or pre-owned vehicle that comes with a 5-day love it or leave it guarantee. Apply for credit, calculate your payment, and even appraise your trade-in, all online. Once you arrive at the dealership, just pick up your car and drive home. Push a button, get a Lexus. South County Lexus, where different is amazing.
It's not surprising that the most memorable memorials are the ones we plan ourselves. After all, who knows you better than you? So why not get a plan together and let us take care of the details? It's what we're known for. Find out how at DignityOrangeCounty.com. Only a Dignity Memorial professional can celebrate a life like no other.
And I'd like to welcome back with me today Dr. Brian Kim with Harvard Eye Associates, and it is Macular Degeneration Awareness Month, and it's always great to have you on, and we're going to get to this cool new device in just a few minutes, so welcome.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, wonderful to have you here today. And I know you've talked about this subject several times in the past, so let's first, if people are not aware, what is macular degeneration? What's going on?
So macular degeneration is, I'm sure most people have heard about this, or if not, had somebody who's very close to them afflicted with it. It's very common, but it's a reason that we oftentimes will develop central vision loss. So for example, at this distance, you might not see somebody's face.
Okay.
Now, that's the biggest problem, is that that's your most functional vision for reading and driving and watching TV, and that's how you get around. However, in macular degeneration, you always keep your peripheral vision, so it is not a total...
Oh, you do?
You do.
Okay.
So it's not a totally blinding condition, meaning you can take care of yourself and do certain things that you need to do, of course, oftentimes with great difficulty. And that's the problem that we encounter, is that we need the detail, which we're missing.
Yeah, of course. Now, does it commonly happen to both eyes at the same time?
Typically, yes.
Wow.
Either symmetrically or a little asymmetrically, but yeah.
Why is that?
Well, it's...
Because I know sometimes with your vision, you know, you and your other doctors talked about over the years, you may have one eye that's still 20/20, the other one might have astigmatism or whatever it might be. So why is this one usually bilateral?
This is something that's sort of like having the film in your camera.
Okay.
It's just a little coming to the end of life here. It's a little expired, and we're starting to get a weakening of that. And there are several components that play into the factor. The biggest one being smoking, but unfortunately, this day and age, we're not smokers as much. But the second biggest one is really age. And the older we get, it's going to start to accelerate. And the last one is genetics. So a lot of these things are unmodifiable factors that, they're just sort of out of our control, and we just get it.
Yeah, so there's nothing you can really, I mean, smoking obviously, but in general, it's something that, well, had you done this, or now we can find it, you can do this to help stave it off, or it just happens.
Yeah, it's just not up to us. So that's the biggest problem, is that we don't have a great treatment for it, either dry or, I mean, wet macular degeneration we can control to some degree, but ultimately it's going to deteriorate in time. And so, it's one of those things that we're actively looking for a cure. We're just not that close, unfortunately.
Okay.
So in the meantime, we have to look towards things that try to enhance our lifestyle and try to not limit our mobility and day-to-day tasks. So.
Yeah, and on the screen here we have the typical low vision aids that we have seen that's been around for quite a while.
Correct. Yeah, with macular degeneration, the most important thing is really light, and the second most important thing is magnification. So if you have devices that you need to see something up close, a lighted magnifying glass or a digital magnifying glass like the one that's shown here as well, or if you're trying to read something larger print like a book or a magazine, sometimes you have to display it larger on a closed circuit TV.
Okay.
But that's really for things up close, and then for distance you really need telescopes or binoculars or something. So you're constantly just shuffling between different devices that you need at all times.
Right.
And it's very task dependent. So if you go to the grocery store, for example, and you want to see, what's in aisle 6, well, you need binoculars to see down what aisle 6, what's in aisle 6, and then you need to pick up something and actually read it. So you actually need two separate things that you have to carry around with you at all times. Now, the biggest problem with a lot of these is, as anyone who's tried to use a magnifying glass, is it magnifies great, but if you're trying to read a line of text, for example, you get to the end of the line and you lose your context and you don't know where the beginning of the next line is. And so that's what we've tried to do, and this has been my passion, is really, as you know, is macular degeneration and retinal conditions and trying to fight blindness. And so, for the past 3 or 4 years now, we've been trying to develop, I've been working with a team of engineers to try and develop something, a solution that kind of combines everything together, something that's portable, something that's electronic, high-tech, and something that's not too outlandish, that you can hopefully, it's not too socially awkward, but something that will enhance the functionality of people just to get back into their day-to-day life.
And what you have here, this device, and the name of the company is Idaptic?
So the name of the company is Idaptic, and we have a device, it's called augmented reality. So I think most people are familiar with virtual reality.
Yeah.
And that's sort of where you enclose your whole field of view into a screen. Now, augmented reality, we don't want to close people off because their peripheral vision is perfect.
Right.
So we want to just change the central vision. And so what we do here is, and on the screen we have a simulated view of kind of what we see, is we try to take the central vision and selectively magnify what's important. And we can do that automatically. So if you're looking at text, the device will actually recognize text and magnify it to your preferred size text, no matter what you're looking at. And then if you look away, it will automatically zoom out and you can find your context again. So, but if you'll notice also on the screen, is that it blends with the outside. So if when you get to the end of the line, you have your visual cues to follow that back to the next line, and it really keeps your scope and your peripheral.
Now, will
vision,
the person that has this condition, macular degeneration, with these glasses, will they still see a dark spot?
Yes, unfortunately, we can't get rid of that. But if we can try and maximize and more efficiently utilize the good areas of vision, then that's what we're trying to do. So,
right.
Yeah, optimize that.
Yeah, and of course, augmented reality. A lot of people may their own smart devices, their phones and things like that. There's apps, and if you've ever done that, you can push the phone around and see what you want to see. You can see, in fact, nowadays, a product you might want to be looking at for your home, like furniture.
Yes.
You can bring that up and walk around and see how it looks. And in a sense, this is utilizing that same technology. Right?
Exactly right, yeah.
Really interesting. Right, so you developed these. I remember you telling me about this. So it took some time to come up with this.
Yes, and we've done our clinical trials, our initial clinical trials, and we've been able to show that that it really enhances reading speed by about 5 times, and it can improve acuity or effective visual acuity by 100%.
Wow.
And of course, it depends on the type and the specific subtype of macular degeneration that somebody develops, and it also depends on the level of vision. So, you know, we try to get the brain to adapt to a new way of seeing. So the earlier you start, really, as it progresses further, the brain's already well adjusted to using them, and the technology by the time it gets to the point where you're really pretty impaired. So. Right,
and you've talked to me about this before, as have a lot of the other doctors from Harvard. Just in vision in general, sometimes you come across a person, and I don't know if the term used to be a term, a lazy eye or something, and it's looking off to the side. And I remember asking Dr. John Hovannisian about that years ago, and I go, are they seeing the side? He goes, well, no, especially if they were born that way. Their brain is developed. It's just normal for them. Everything comes together. So that, in a sense, what happens here, your brain will adjust to it.
That's exactly right.
Okay. Yeah. Now, when we look at these in the front, you're not really are you even looking out of these?
The central optics, No, there's actually 2 screens that are mounted right behind them.
All right, I'm going to let you handle that, because that's
sure.
I don't want to drop that.
Yeah, there are actually 2 screens that are mounted right behind each of these central lenses, and there's a camera that's right in front.
Okay.
And there's a computer. It's basically a smartphone computer that processes all the images and allows you to do it. But the goal is to make this hands-free. So there's no button pushing. You know, you don't have to worry about futzing with any sort of
You don't need a smart design to pair with it.
You put it on, and that it should be ready to go.
Wow.
So once we get it all tuned to you, and once your brain's able to adapt to it, we really see a significant improvement.
Wow.
For a lot of people, about 80% of people who use it show a significant improvement in their reading ability.
So if someone wants one of these, or they're at the point that they could use this, I know you said out there you just came out with these a couple months ago. Do they have to get a prescription for it? Can they just buy it? How does one go about that, since this is new and it's just coming out right now?
So this is something that, one, we have to make sure that that somebody's able to use this. If your vision's too good, you're not going to see the full benefit of it.
Right.
So initially, we want a full evaluation first to make sure that you're at the level of vision that you would qualify for the use of these glasses. So any eye doctor could really do that for you. And with that, you can either, one, schedule an appointment with me for an initial evaluation through Harvard Eye Associates, or you can go, number 2 is go through directly to the website for idaptic.com, and send them an email, and we're more than happy to get you suited up.
So you have these manufactured already. They're ready to go.
Yeah, they're ready to go. And so right now we're currently entering our early release phase. So we want to do this locally, since this is my area, of course. But we're doing it in select locations throughout the country already. And so we've got a reduced price for the early adopters, and soon it's going to be sold nationally, pretty widespread. So
what's so cool about anything like this, particularly the fact that you're helping folks that didn't have any other alternative before, that does two different things, as you said, distance and close up. But the technology that you're using here is fantastic, and yet every year it's just going to improve, as we've seen. And this is just the start, which is unbelievable. You should be very proud of this.
Thank you.
And your entire team and everyone who helped with this. This is remarkable.
Oh, well, thank you so much. You're absolutely right. The augmented reality technology is just going to get better and better, and we're able to adapt with the changing technology. So as the devices get better, we can get better. So the sky is the limit, really, for us.
Yeah, I think it is too. Brian, always good to see you.
And thank you so much for having me.
Yeah, it's great to have you folks from Harvard. I say hi to your dad for me and everyone else over there. And you know, they're at their new location, which is, I forget the street that it's off of.
It's Calle de la Magdalena.
Okay, and it's the silver, the mirrored building that's right across from the mall in that area. And you know, great new facility. We're going to go over there sometime soon and do sort of a walkthrough. Maybe I'll get an eye exam again. It'll be great. You take care, and we'll be right back.
Welcome to Harvard Eye Associates. We have been proudly serving Orange County for over 40 years. We are excited to announce our Laguna Hills location is now located at a larger state-of-the-art facility, located a block away from our previous location. Our new facility is conveniently located next to Saddleback Hospital and across from Nordstrom Rack at 23961 Calle de la Magdalena. Come join the Circle of Care at Harvard Eye Associates, where the future of vision is today.
Welcome back. Well, with the coyote situation in our community, we decided that we should have David Peterella on from the Laguna Beach Police Animal Services, who can tell us a little bit about the situation and what we're dealing with. Well, welcome.
Thank you.
So yes, as I mentioned, coyotes are a significant issue here, and I was just explaining to you that in my own yard, just outside in the front yard, we found a little carcass.
Yeah.
We don't know what it was, but assuming it was maybe a rabbit or, like you said, a squirrel.
Yeah.
So tell me what is happening.
Well, we've had a kind of an increase in coyote activity lately, and it's kind of falling on two parts. In general, I think that we're going to see a lot of coyote increase or activity increase because of all the rain we had last year. It's going to bring more plant life. That's going to be more plant eaters. And those are always going to be prey animals, and that's going to bring more predators. I think over the past 5 years, we saw this kind of gradual decrease in the number of little animals, and that we kind of got used to that. And now we've had all this rain, and now all of a sudden we have all these squirrels and all these rabbits.
I see.
So I think in the foreseeable future, we're going to see more coyotes. In specific, we've had an increase lately in some coyote activity. And it's been pretty much focused on one individual animal that we've been able to identify. He's very, very sick. He looks terrible.
Oh.
And he's been attracted to one specific area. It's a fairly broad area, but we've known that there's been a cat in this area for some time.
Ah.
And so there's, I think, a reason that this particular sick coyote has been after this particular outdoor cat.
I see. So what are, you know, if you said a particular area, is it closer to where there's more wilderness, water?
No,
What's
it's
the situation?
just outside of Gate 1.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But that's not the only place. I mean, they can be everywhere.
They can be anywhere, and they are. And that's just where we've got the most current activity.
Okay.
Or identified activity.
Okay. So if we see a coyote, what are we supposed to do?
We need to be aggressive. You know, yell at it, throw things at it. Just be an obvious presence. Nature kind of requires that there be an apex predator. And we've kind of devolved into this mindset of kind of live and let live. But coyotes don't think that way. Most people, when they see a coyote, they do one of two things. They either ignore it and think, it's not bothering me, I'm not going to bother it, or they kind of retreat, they go back home. And in both cases, that coyote won that confrontation. It wasn't a confrontation to you, but it was to him, and he won it. That's now his area.
Okay.
And so, yeah, we need to reclaim our space.
What are some things that if people have dogs or cats, are some precautions that they can, set up?
Keep your pet on a leash when it's outside, and keep it on a short leash. Keep it on a 6 foot or less leash. That's the law, but that's just good common sense. It's been a few years, but we have had a history of coyotes attacking dogs that have been on those long 6 or 12 foot extended
You're talking about
leashes.
those ones where they're just going to let your dog go forever?
Yeah,
Okay.
and people tend to not pay attention to their dog when they're on those leashes. They spend a lot of time on their phone or talking to friends. Keep your dog with you. Even a little old lady is still way, way bigger than a coyote, and he's going to think twice about going after something that is next to something that's much bigger than him.
Okay, so it's not necessarily they're going to be attacking the human. It's whatever the animal is.
No, it's coyotes live in a world of cause and effect, and they know that they're vulnerable. In a ongoing coyote study here in Orange County, we found that really the biggest coyotes we're seeing are about 35 to 37 pounds. So they're really not that big. So even a small person is 3 times the size of a large coyote. And they get that, whereas we not, because they do look intimidating. They get that they're vulnerable. They don't get to go to a doctor. They don't recover. If they're injured, they're very likely going to die.
Right. And then I understood that coyotes can jump like 6 feet.
They can.
So if you have a fence, you're still not out of the woods.
You're not. One of the things that I recommend is, if you get like terracotta potted plants, put them along the top of your fence. It's decorative, but the noise that it makes is hopefully a deterrence and B, an alarm.
Okay. Oh, I see. Going forward now, what are some things that you guys are doing?
It's mostly public education. In the old days, when we first started really dealing with coyotes, a lot of people wanted us to just eradicate them, and that doesn't work, and it never has. There just isn't a program of eradication that's ever worked. And so now when we have our meetings, people talk more in terms of being aware and public education. And that's really what needs to happen. People tend to get a little bit on the lazy side. If they haven't seen a coyote in a long time, or they haven't heard of any problems in a long time, then they kind of get a little bit lazy. But coyotes are opportunistic animals. And so they will wait, and they're patient. And the reason they're successful is because they are adaptable. We tend to get stuck in very predictable patterns.
Okay, and then I understand that there have been probably more calls lately seeing the one that you're talking about, but they can anticipate seeing more over the coming months because it's going to get warmer.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, and right now is the time when coyotes are the pups are being born. And so in the spring, late spring, early summer, they're going to start coming out, and by fall, you'll see the young adults now moving off onto their own, and that's probably when we'll see a lot of activity. It's in the mid to late fall.
All right, and then what is the actual protocol? So if there is some sort of threat, what is the protocol for them?
It's hard to give a blanket answer. It's kind of an individual basis, and it depends on what the coyote is doing. We want to maintain some kind of a balance. Again, when we get back to people talked about wanting to remove or eradicate coyotes, if, for example, there are 25 coyotes living in Laguna Woods and we remove 5 of them, doesn't mean there's 20 coyotes living here. It means it's room for 5 more. And these are 5 that we don't know what their behavior is like.
Yeah.
So it's the devil we don't know. So we'd rather work with the devil we know than invite in a devil we don't.
I see. Well, great. Well, thank you so much for the information. And you did mention education. So is there someplace they can go for that education?
Yes, you can go to the Laguna Beach Animal Services website and download information. I'm in the community every day, and if you see me, flag me. If I have to talk to one person at a time to get the message out, then that's what I'll do.
All right, great. Well, thank you for the information.
You're welcome.
All right, so remember that coyotes can jump a 6-foot fence, so be careful, and also keep your dogs on a very short leash. We'll be right back.
How are you making the most of your life, and do you apply that same devotion to planning your financial future? A train off its tracks goes nowhere. Having a financial plan that is consistent with your lifestyle will keep you on track through your retirement years.
Align Wealth Advisors specializes in creating a financial strategy that best fits your needs and your lifestyle, now and in the future.
Align Wealth Advisors, life, wealth, balance.
Welcome back. Joan Gramp is here from the Laguna Woods Foundation. Well, welcome. Nice to have you here. And I know this is your first time on, so welcome to the set. You're going to do great, good colors.
Thank you.
You're already on your way. So let's talk a little bit about, what is the foundation of Laguna Woods?
The foundation is our own 501(c) charity.
Okay.
And we're kind of a unique in the United States, I think, to have a village with its own charity, and then we have social services that we help fund.
Okay.
So you don't do the social. Some people think we are giving the charity directly to people and they'll come into our office once in a while, but really we are the providers of resources for these social services.
Okay, perfect. And then let's talk about, who do you serve? I mean, you serve just the people here in Laguna Woods, or how does that work?
We serve people, they have to be residents of Laguna Woods, and our service actually is to the social services.
Okay.
You see what I mean? We really serve social services and they serve the residents. So
got
that's
it.
kind of how it works.
Okay.
But they have to be qualified by social services. So people go to social services and they're interviewed and they find out what their needs are and if they qualify. And then if they do, they might be given temporary assistance and pointed to other resources in the area.
Okay.
But everything is confidential.
Well, right. I mean, I understand that when you do go to social services, they keep everything under wraps.
Yes.
Right. Even whatever the name is, as well as the service needed.
And we do not know.
Oh, you guys don't know either. Okay.
We don't know either. We
Okay.
have someone on our board who will write the checks to pay the provider directly, but we do not even know who's being helped.
Okay. And then what kind of assistance is available?
We have a myriad of assistances that's available. I think you have a slide.
Yep, it's right there.
Okay. And so the last thing on there I wanted to talk about is our new one, which is fall prevention. We found out in the first half of 2019 that over 50% of the ambulance calls were for people who had a fall.
Sure.
And so we started a new program last fall, and it's going to be continuing this spring for fall prevention. And so if people are interested, we will be giving you more information on contacting the foundation.
Okay.
You can see the other things here are respite care, vouchers, hearing aids, dental, grocery vouchers, earthquake kits, ambulance, utility bills. There's a myriad of things to keep people viable in the village, because there are certain people very vulnerable right now who are in danger of losing their residency.
Oh, wow.
Yes, if a person's spouse dies and all of a sudden there's a financial crunch, they're very vulnerable, and so social services is able to maybe step in on a temporary basis.
Okay. With all of those services that you do have available, you have to reach out and have collaborations with people, and I think we've had outreach, South County outreach here discussing that there's a collaboration with you guys as well. So tell me about some of the other collaborations that you have.
We collaborate with AgeWell, Adult Day Services, with Braille Institute.
Oh, okay.
And also we purchase materials for sight-impaired people that are in our own village library. So if somebody's got a vision problem, they can go there.
Okay.
And so we provide many liaisons to help people.
That's great. That is awesome. And then if somebody did need help, where should they start? Do they start at social services or?
Absolutely. They need to go to social services, and the number is 949-597-4267. They can call, or they can go to the community center, and social services is located directly down the hall from the front entrance on the right-hand side, right before the globe, but it's the second to the last doors, big double doors. Very nice people, and it's a nice warm environment in there for them to share their needs.
Excellent, excellent. And then obviously you have volunteers that help as well as donations. What are some things that you might be looking for? Is it primarily money, or are you looking for other types of things?
Usually we prefer to deal in the money.
Okay.
Once in a while people will leave an estate, but it gets very cumbersome for us. Well, let's put it this way, the estate is great. If people leave estates, they sometimes give us stock bond proceeds, but most of our income is from donations from just people like you.
Okay.
And so we have a spring campaign that'll be coming up, and but people also do donations other times and during the year. And I want to share something with you since I've been doing donations. This is our envelope.
All right.
And up here you would put your name and how much you're giving and your address, because we'd like to send you a thank you.
All right.
If you don't want to thank you, there's a box to do. But down here I wanted to bring this up.
Okay.
But this is very popular with some people, especially in the towers, who can't get out. We don't need any more stuff.
Okay.
So you can send a birthday tribute, and I will write a card and send them a birthday greeting. Or sometimes people do this for funerals. They get a tribute this way. And so it's very popular for us to do some of your correspondence for you.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, I think it's great.
Another added service. That's awesome.
Yes, that's right.
Perfect. Well, did I forget anything?
I don't think so, but mainly we want to let you know that there's also a mailbox right by the restrooms here on the first floor of the community center, and they can put money in there if they'd like. But if you do leave a check or whatever, please give us your name and address so that we can send you a thank you. And just remember that our slogan is neighbors helping neighbors, and we love our neighbors in Laguna Woods Village.
Oh, that's great. Well, thank you so much.
You're
I
welcome.
appreciate all the
You're
work you do.
welcome. Okay.
All right. Remember, if you are in need of the services or you know someone that needs help, you can call social services at the number of 597-4267. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Vince Ferragamo. I spent some of my best years as an NFL quarterback, but today I've got a new team, and we're helping seniors who spent their best years fighting for our country, defending our freedom, and informing the nation. Our hometown heroes need help. AgeWell Senior Services is their lifeline. Nonprofit AgeWell can do all of this because you care enough to give. Please join me in supporting AgeWell. Donate today.
To help stop the coronavirus, the CDC recommends to avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue.
Looking for a change of scenery? You don't have to play golf to enjoy all that 19 Restaurant and Lounge has to offer. From our delicious breakfast menu to our delectable lunch and dinner specials. At 19 Restaurant and Lounge, there is something for everyone. Relax with your friends and family and take in the beautiful view from our spacious patio. Or enjoy a cocktail and appetizer in our lounge. 19 Restaurant and Lounge is a great place to socialize, enjoy a meal, or simply take in the view. Join us 7 days a week and experience Laguna Woods' exclusive dining experience.
To avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, contact the CDC. A message from Village Management Services.
Hi, my name's Chuck Holland. I'm the Information Technology Director for Laguna Woods Village. You may have noticed that Laguna Woods Village has been enhancing their gate security access system over the past several months. You may have noticed this at gates 5 and 6 with the new gate barrier arms, the security cameras, as well as the new bar-coded printed passes that your guests are now receiving. We are happy to announce that we are going to expand this technology to allow residents to go online and manage their guests 24 hours a day, 7 days a week using a tablet, PC, or smartphone. Residents can use this service by going online to lagunawoodsvillage.com and click on the Guest Passes link. Those residents that have an email address on file should have already received an email in their inbox with login instructions. For those of you who do not know what email address you have on file, please contact Resident Services at residentservices@vmsinc.org or contact 949-597-4600. Residents are encouraged to change their password on their first available opportunity. For more information on how to register your guest online and print passes, please watch this short training video. Welcome to the online guest registration tutorial for Laguna Woods Village. To get started, open up any web browser and go to lagunawoodsvillage.com. Click on the Guest Passes link to get access to the login page. Once you register and log in, you'll be presented with the guest registration portal. You will be able to register 4 different types of guests: a temporary guest, permanent guest, party guest, and a restricted guest. There is a limit of 5 permanent guests per resident and no restrictions on the number of temporary or party guests at this time. First, we will register a temporary guest. If an overnight parking permit is needed, select the drop-down list and pick the Guest OPP pass type. Temporary guests can have a pass for up to 15 days. The pass can be printed at the gate when your guest checks in, or you can email the pass by clicking on the Send ePass link. Guests must present their passes to be scanned before entry is allowed. Second, we'll register a permanent guest. Residents are limited to 5 permanent guests and passes will be good for 365 days, but will automatically renew every year. If residents need to change their permanent guest, they can simply delete one of their existing 5 passes and add a new one. Third, we'll add a party list. If you're having an event that does not require overnight parking and you need to quickly register more than 1 person, use the party guest feature. It's simple to use and can save time. Fourth, we'll add a restricted guest. This guest category will alert the gate attendants that you do not want this person in the community or visiting your manor. Please use sparingly and only if necessary. The system is simple and easy to use, but does take some practice. Be sure to download the mobile app after registration to make it even more convenient to register your guest online. Thank you for watching this short training video. If you have any questions or concerns, please contact Resident Services at 949-597-4600. Thank you.
Dr. Yi-Wing Tong and Dr. Elaine Tong specialize in treating chronic pain and other disorders without drugs or surgery. Our therapy uses anesthetic injections to enhance acupuncture, curing disorders by restoring circulation and health. Most of our patients have tried all kinds of therapies without benefit, but obtained relief with their first treatment. Whether you are suffering from chronic pain, mental disorders, or simply wanting to maintain optimal health, we are here to help. Call today for your free phone consultation.
All right, I want to tell you about a couple of movies that we're going to do today. You know, each day we're going to bring you some special movies as we can. And if you're watching us in the morning at 9:30, we're going to be showing you the documentary about Mr. Rogers called Won't You Be My Neighbor? This was an excellent film, and this is not the movie with Tom Hanks, which, by the way, we're going to bring you in April, but this is the actual documentary about him, about his life. Very well done, and that will be at 9:30 today. Then at 6 o'clock, we're bringing you another movie, just a great family film called A Dog's Journey, and this was the sequel to the original movie about a dog's purpose, and this is like the second part to it. So another really good movie, and that will be at 6 o'clock today. Now, our regular movies on Friday, a documentary called Toni Morrison, The Pieces I Am, and this is about an artist and a storyteller and a poet, and it's an intimate look on the legendary storyteller, examining her life, her works, and the powerful themes she has confronted throughout her career. And there are a lot of other folks in this movie as well. Oprah Winfrey is one that talks about her and just about her life. So that will be the normal time, 2 and 7 o'clock on Friday. Then on Monday, bringing you an old school movie called Blindfold. This is a comedy, crime, and mystery starring Rock Hudson and Jack Warden, Alejandro Rey. And this came out back in 1966. And when a top-level scientist, Arthur Vincenti, that's played by Alejandro Rey, suffers a nervous collapse, his military handlers fear he may be at risk of being kidnapped by a group of international terrorists who sell their victims to governments of communist nations. Vincent's psychiatrist, Dr. Bartholomew Snow, who's played by Rock Hudson, and his fractious sister, Vicky, are drawn into a web of intrigue alongside a mysterious gentleman who claims Vincenti may already be an enemy agent. So as I said, this has some, as you can see, some comedy in it, and a crime, a little mystery, a little fun, kind of like the movie we showed you yesterday, Knives Out. It's a little bit of everything in that movie, and that will be on Monday on 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. All right. As I said earlier, that there are no meetings this week at all. However, we are going to have a statement from the board members. They're going to be pre-taping those, and then we'll bring those to you as they come in. I think they're going to come in tomorrow. And also, if you're watching us in the morning, today we're going to have CEO Jeff Parker come on, and that should be about right after 11:05, after that movie, Won't You Be My Neighbor, and that'll be replayed later on the day, I think at 3 o'clock, and then probably after the A Dog's Journey, so about 8 o'clock or so. So just to let you know about that. And as you do know, the community center here is closed except for staff. It is open to anyone who had a specific appointment, but just to come in and have resident services, you have to do that online or over the phone to help you out with any of that. Of course, you know, I forgot to tell you about the weather earlier, so I'm going to tell you about that now. And, you know, look at that scene out there. A lot of snow last night. For us, all that rain came in later on in the evening. We started getting it around 7 o'clock, 6:30, and we got an inch of rain in like 3 hours. So an inch of rain came in yesterday. Today, as you can see, it's partly sunny, 30% chance of scattered rain still coming in, as is tomorrow and Thursday. Now, though, the rain is out of the forecast for Friday and Saturday. It may be out on Thursday. In some areas it is. But we're going to be partly cloudy on those days. So at least we're going to have a couple days. We're looking at more rain coming in, maybe Sunday at some time, late Sunday, and then maybe Monday and Tuesday of next week. So that could change quite a bit. But at least you have a day today that you know, you want to stay away from folks, as they said. But maybe go out and sit in your patio or you know, take a walk, get some air, get yourself out a little bit. Let's look around the area today. And temperatures are about where they were yesterday, a little bit cooler because the air is clearer today. And as I said, still a chance, about a 30% chance of scattered rain sometime today. If we get that, that's 30% chance for all of Southern California, meaning we may not get it down here. It's looking pretty clear out if you're watching us in the morning. It's looking nice out there. You can see the average temperature, 58 to about 6 degrees. Up there in Big Bear, that's their high today. They got a lot of snow out there. You know, looking out over the mountains in that area, it went down quite a bit to probably about, I would say, 6,000, 5,500 feet. So a good amount. The Grapevine was closed partially yesterday, but I think reopened. But you're probably not going to be traveling anywhere anyway, so I just wanted to let you know about that. You know, you can always watch things online on our YouTube channel. Also, as I said yesterday, the Old Pros, they have their own YouTube channel now. You can watch Tales from the Woods. If you go to ocoldpros.org, you can get links to their podcasts. And, you know, just going to our YouTube channel, you can see all these different segments that we do and half-hour programs and things like that. So that should keep you busy. And, you know, we'll give you updates as we can about things. But just, again, so you know, all the facilities are closed, including this building. So please keep that in mind. You know, there's restricted as far as the areas around here where you can go. The pools are now closed, at least as of yesterday. We heard that the golf course and tennis courts were still open. So we'll see about that later on today if that is a change. But I would call and check. If you're planning on golfing, call the pro shop and just see, because that status can change hour to hour. So keep that in mind. And also, if you have any questions to resident services, give them a call. Be patient, because I'm sure they're getting a lot of calls, since nobody can come into the building and be in person with them right now. Be patient about that. Go online as much as you can and take care of things there. We're not having trading posts this week, so we're not, if you submit an ad online, we'll certainly put it in the back burner and put it in line for whenever trading post starts up again. But that could be, to be honest with you, it could be, a couple weeks or so at least. We don't know that yet. So be patient on that. Obviously, if you put something up, nobody's going to be out to buy anything anyway right now to coming over and buying something you're selling. So I would say just hold off. If you have something you want to sell on the trading posts, just wait until we announce that it's back on again. So, keep that in mind, and again, be patient about that. As far as just the community at all, if you've got doctor's appointments, that sort of thing, call them, make sure they're open. What I hear they are. I do know that AARP has suspended any additional tax appointments with them. Barbara Harris was doing that with all the other folks. If you were in the middle of a tax papers being done, they will finish those for you, but no additional tax appointments they are taking for that. And I know even for me, my tax person, I had an appointment this week, I'm just going to drop stuff off. I'm not going to sit down with them, which I really don't have to anyway. So, but if you have appointments like that, call these folks and see. Dentist appointments, I heard today that they are recommending that if you're just going in for a cleaning, that the dentist offices suspend that right now. If you have any other things that are going on with your dentist, orthodontist, again, call them. All those things can change as far as doctor's appointments, and I even heard today that non-essential surgeries are being put off as well. So keep that in mind, call the appropriate people and find out. All right, we will see you later on. Take care.
To help stop the coronavirus, the CDC recommends to avoid contact with people who are sick. Cover your cough or sneeze with a tissue, then throw the tissue in the trash. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, and mouth. Clean and disinfect frequently touched objects and surfaces. Stay home when you are sick, except to get medical care. Wash your hands often with soap and water for at least 20 seconds. For more information, contact the CDC. A message from Village Management Services.
Welcome to Amazing Hearing. I'm Ann Mundell Noel, audiologist and owner.
Hi, I'm Alan Shade, Doctor of Audiology. When you come to Amazing Hearing, you get more than just us.
And you get me. I'm Shirley. I'm the office manager.
And I'm Julie. I handle marketing and custom headphones.
I'm Bobby. And I'm Adrian. We'll be the first to greet you when you come to our office or call.
Our staff and audiologists are here for you. Amazing Hearing in the Trader Joe's Shopping Center, changing the way you hear.